life's not going that great. My antipsychotic meds make me irate. They keep telling me don't jump, but how can I not jump into this great podcast with KB and Aimee, the happy corner, baby.
Hey everybody, what's good? We are here at the Happy Corner with KB Marion
Aimee Blaze.
and our special guest we have here today, Joliet Jake Breunig.
Hello.
Joliet Jake.
God, you know, when I was in
You're
college.
from the Thumper City, huh?
Yeah, when I was in
Thumper City.
college, I went to art school, and it's small classes, so they always do like the
We know by
introduce
your
yourself.
outfit you
Yeah.
went to art school. That's
And-
a very art school outfit.
Yeah, for sure.
But so every class they make you do the introduction and be like, say your name and where you're from, and every time I'd say I'm Jake, I'm from Joliet. This professor would stop me and be like, wait a minute, oh man. They'd be like,
From Joliet.
is that like, are you sick of that movie? And I'd be like, no, it's my favorite.
Yeah, because it's Belushi. How could you
Yeah,
not?
exactly.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Chicago
Like, it's
legend
like, I
right
know I'm doing my movie thing right now that I'm getting so much shit for.
Oh
but-
no, let's talk about that. That's awesome. I like that you're doing that. I
Yeah,
think that's
it's-
really cool.
it's fun.
So explain it to our viewers / listeners.
So what I'm doing is, and there's a whole story behind it that I can get into if we want. But basically, to sum it up, I'm doing 30 days of movies, like classic or like well-regarded movies that just got past me that I never saw.
Yeah.
All
Some
right.
of them are very surprising.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are some of the ones that have been suggested that people are like, what? You've never seen that?
I did Boondock Saints for day 4, and that got a big reaction.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, like, it was good. I don't know if it was worth all the hype that it gets, but it was fun to watch.
Sometimes some of that shit is based on the era that it came out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That moment of like, this
Exactly.
is so beyond, like, so many things are Boondock Saints
Yeah.
after Boondock Saints, and you've probably already seen it, that the effect of Boondock Saints is lost, just like Pulp
Right.
Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
You know,
the
so,
way
like-
the way this whole thing spawned is, I was hanging out with Alec Jones, another comedian who's been on the show. We were driving in the car, and for some reason we were talking about sci-fi movies, and it came up that I'd never seen Fifth Element before.
That's my jam.
Yeah, it was great. But I'd said had that, and I'm pretty sure he had an aneurysm,
Yeah.
almost like put the car in a ditch.
Yeah.
So
Because white nerds in their movies, man, they
Oh, my
are
God.
they man,
I
they
mean, I've
will
got
go
mine.
nuts if you have not seen. I had to watch Star Wars because there's a few of them. And I was like, I can't. But like, I was like, you're stroking out in front of me right now
Right,
because
right.
of this, man. Like,
Yeah.
Star Wars was not a part of my film lexicon, man.
yeah, it's fine as guilty, but like, because like I get defensive with Star Wars, I know I do, but there's just a handful. I feel like everyone's got that handful of classic movies that just kind of got past.
I'm with there's a lot of movies I
Yeah,
haven't seen that
exactly.
people give me shit for.
yeah,
And
I
I've-
get it
yeah,
all the time.
I've seen. I've got classics that I haven't seen that people are like, oh, you can say like Top Gun. Everyone's like, yeah, you don't have to do that one.
Like Top Gun.
Not to say it wouldn't be a bad movie,
Right.
but it's just that's one of the ones that they were like, you don't have to do that.
Movies put me to sleep. That's the problem. That's why I don't watch them.
Here's the thing, though. Our good friend David Sitko, I believe it was David Sitko, went on a rant about Steven Spielberg, right?
Uh-huh.
And there was one movie he did not mention that is an amazing Steven Spielberg film, The Color Purple. Have you seen The Color Purple?
No.
See? You better add that shit because it's Black History Month. You better add that shit to your list.
And it's leap year. You have an extra day.
Yeah.
Thank
all right.
you.
I'll get it in there. But
Don't
speaking
change
of-
the subject.
Well, no. Speaking of that, my day 2, I was just like, it was the first day I decided I was gonna actually like make it a real challenge, and I was in Family Video, and yeah.
Have you never heard
which
of
section?
the internet before?
Which
Well,
section
since
were
then
you
I've
in?
been straight. Like
Okay.
normally I'll do. Like I've had a
Not
couple
saying
times where
which
people watch
section
them
of
with
Family
me,
Video.
and then I'll go to the video store so we can watch it on a nice TV and not just in front of a fucking laptop. But for some reason, I decided to go with Chirac, the new Spike Lee movie.
That's not a classic.
Well, it was. I mean, I want to get a couple of newer ones that like got a big buzz,
Fair.
and that one it was interesting because I actually had a few. What?
Just keep talking.
It was well made, and I actually had a couple of African American friends from the city say like, "Hey."
You could say black.
Yeah.
That was really long.
I had some black friends from the city who hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, man, let us know what you thought of it. We made a conscious decision not to see it." So I did, and it was, like I said, it was a well-made film. There were things they could have done better, and I understand
Now-
the controversy behind it.
I have a couple Caucasian friends who are the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Do they want a review of like Batman Begins?
probably not.
Okay.
No. So that was just a shout out to let everyone know I have Caucasian friends.
Okay,
So-
cool. Glad we got that
So
out of the way.
I could say white.
Yeah. Yeah, but so outside of that, it's been a lot of like, because the goal is to get a bunch of the movies that's like when you tell people that you haven't seen them, they're like, "What the fuck? You haven't seen that?"
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of that so far. Some of them were like kind of niche movies that
For example,
we talked about David Sitko, and actually he got mad at me because I did the one I was supposed to do for him a day late. I did Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald, which I don't think like everyone would freak out, but he and Tim Brennan were like, "You need to do that," and I watched it. It was just as funny as they had said it was. So I'm glad I did it, but I was supposed to do it the day before. I ended up doing There Will Be Blood, and Sitko called me out on it.
I didn't see that. What's been your favorite so far?
Oh man, I did really like Fifth Element. Good Will Hunting was great. Actually, I watched Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, and
all
I
right,
really
see, that's
liked
a
it.
fucking classic
I
right
loved
there,
it.
man.
It
I'm
was
gonna
so
jump
good.
in on there.
Yeah.
You're naming like There Will Be Blood. Fuck all them films, man. Nothing has transfixed itself into society like Weed and Bye Felicia and Ice Cube, and that all comes from
Bye,
Friday.
Felicia. Yeah. Oh my
Like-
God, you didn't know that whole time. Bye Felicia is everywhere all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew what it had come from,
Okay.
but I'd never
but-
seen the movie.
First off, I love F. Gary Gray. Like that film is actually incredibly well made.
Yeah, oh,
like it's
definitely.
well written and well made, and I love films that take place in 24 hours. Like I don't like films.
I do too.
I like that idea of like your story has to continue. There has to be something propelling you
Yeah.
forward. Because if there's time lapses in between, there's this liberty of making all these jumps with characters that's
Yeah.
complete and utter bullshit.
Isn't that how Ferris Bueller was? Wasn't that a 24
yeah.
hour
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
it was just one day
I
thing.
love that shit.
Yeah,
That
it
movie-
pushes the story forward.
Yeah.
The Hangover,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good films take place in
one day. Yeah,
one day. I like that concept because
I
you have
do
to be
too.
concise and you actually have to think about what the fuck you want to do. It's
Yeah.
not like, well, then we could just have them do that. Like that's what I feel like sometimes. I'm like, you could have just
Yeah.
made this way better by cutting out all this bullshit. That
Yeah.
means
Isn't that
nothing.
weird that making a movie where it has to be like this is a 24-hour period instead of would be harder than making a movie that's like, okay, this is going to be 3 years.
Well,
Yeah.
think about like your day. Like there are sometimes I'm like, I did all of that in 18 hours. What the fuck? Like
Yeah.
that's like people do a lot. People do a lot within a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think about it,
Yeah.
it's totally possible. Like I could teach an amazing lesson, then break up a fight,
Yeah.
and then tutor a kid, then get drunk at night doing stand up,
Yeah, all in one day.
all in one day.
You're like, shit, I was
pretty
just a
packed day.
saint 4 hours.
Yeah. And now I'm a sinner.
Yep. Just real quick. What's your least favorite?
Least favorite so far. I tried to do Mighty Ducks yesterday, and I
That's an
couldn't get
amazing
into it.
movie.
Come on.
I mean, I appreciate it for what it is, but just sports movies in general, kind of.
It's
Put me
bad
to
news
sleep.
bears on skates. Yeah, I get it.
I
Yeah.
love the Ducks.
But
man.
I
But I
mean-
was a kid and
Like it's
yeah.
to be fair, I got caught up in scheduling, and I had to do some other stuff while I was watching it, so that kind of didn't help. So
Gordon Bombay.
I'm definitely willing to go back and give it another shot when I have
Hey,
like, nothing
Cake
to
Eater.
do.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
So I wouldn't say I've had like a least favorite. They've all been really good.
Isn't Keenan in that movie?
He's in two.
Two?
D2.
Yeah.
You know what I love about the first one? Is there's this character. Remember the two black boys on the team?
Mm-hmm.
The one that was a smartass was hilarious because anytime Gordon would say something like I remember the first game that they had. He's like in his suit. He showed up like late and shit.
Yeah.
Like doesn't give a shit. And so the kids are like, he's like, all right, you guys put your hands in. He's like, win. And they look confused, and the black boy goes, win. And the way he said
I saw that part. That made me laugh a lot.
I was like, yeah, bro, like this is the dumbest shit
Yeah.
ever. You know,
Yeah.
like the way, but yeah, I love the Mighty Ducks. That was
Yeah, me
one.
too.
I even like the
I said,
sequels.
I'm willing to go
Me
back and
too.
give it another shot when I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Because what was D2? Was that like,
Wasn't that the Iceland?
yeah, the
Yeah.
Iceland.
That's how I learned Iceland was green and Greenland was ice.
I'm sure a lot of people figured it out through that movie.
Yeah.
And then D3 was when they went to prep school. That was a really
I think
good
2
one.
was my favorite.
D3 was damn good, man.
Was it? I don't know that I've
Yeah.
seen it.
They went to a prep school, man, and
I don't think I've
they
seen
got
it.
down to the nitty gritty on that one. I liked it. There was no like flying V, no bullshit like that. It was like straight up like,
I do have a
Yeah.
rule with it though, where it's like if there's a series and I haven't seen multiple of them, I only watch the earliest one that I haven't seen
Okay.
for the challenge, and then I'll go back and watch the rest of them later.
Yeah. Depending on if you like it or not.
Yeah,
have
like
you
with
seen
that.
Pee Wee's?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Okay.
But I got to do. I've seen the original Terminator, but I'm going to do Terminator 2,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
and I've heard that's the best one. So
Do
I
like
think
that
looking
one.
forward to
Two
that.
is like one of the
I do like
best.
that one.
But I know
yeah.
tonight, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl
What's
here
her
with you
name?
guys,
Linda
Yeah.
Hamilton.
and for Tim Nemec, I am doing Mars Attacks tonight.
Oh,
Awesome film.
I like that movie.
That'll be a fun one.
It's hilarious. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Some of
People-
it scares the shit out of me.
People
though.
didn't get it though. I remember
Yeah.
when it came out, a lot of people did not get that movie
Yeah,
at all.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, I'm gonna stay here and watch the game with you guys and all
Yeah.
that. But I'll watch it tonight.
Who
when I
you
get
who
home.
you rooting for Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh, they go team with the ball. No,
Broncos or Panthers?
I do-
Pick which animal you like better.
I do think that with the limited sports knowledge I have, I think the Panthers probably are going to take it.
Do you want them to take it?
I'd like to. I always like seeing like the young gun kind of.
Yeah, I am also rooting for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Peanut Tillman's on that team. Not that he's playing because he's hurt, but
Yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah.
So that was my basis. on
Yeah,
it.
like
and they
I-
have prettier uniforms is what I usually go after. So
Yeah. Like my thing is, I like sports enough to be able to nod my head in a conversation and still kind of understand
Right.
what's going on.
right.
But I don't. Like I played baseball growing up. That was it. That's the sport I know the most about. But like I know the rules to every
Yeah.
game enough to like I could like go play it in someone's backyard and be fine.
I like the Panthers. Like they're a fun team to watch.
They are.
Yeah.
Just in general. Like I don't necessarily like my sport that I will watch is actually baseball.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a
Huh.
huge baseball fan. But one of the things is that like I had some of my friends that like took it to a whole level that I was just like, you need to bring it back a notch. Like
Yeah. Like I don't know stats.
you know,
I don't do stats.
like everything is a game. This shit's entertainment.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
getting paid millions regardless. Like, the motherfuckers that's sitting home eating nachos watching the game who's in the NFL is still getting paid. Like but yeah, they take it way too seriously. But I think my whole thing is Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning has been an amazing quarterback, but retire already, man.
Yeah, you're too old. You're too old for this.
Like when he can't even tie his own shoes. Like he has to have other players tie his shoes.
Seriously?
Yeah, because he can't bend over because his back is fucked up.
Well,
That's some old granny shit. Like
he's
that.
saying
I do that for my grandma.
This is probably his last year, and I think he means that. But I think he also said that wanting it.
Do you
to
think
be
it's gonna be
heard,
like if he-
so people kind of favor them?
Do you think if he wins, he'll retire, and then if he loses, he's gonna go again?
That's what
I think
people
he-
think. I think he's just.
I think he's gonna retire.
I think he should retire, but
Yeah.
I think he is going to retire.
I think he's for sure gonna retire.
Yeah. Didn't that happen to Brian Urlacher? He was like, I gotta win this one, then I'll retire, but he retired anyway.
Yeah.
He was too fucking old. And he looks awful with hair. Let's throw that out there.
Yeah,
I liked a bald Brian Urlacher.
yeah. He looked like a beast when he was
Yeah.
bald. Like now, I'm like,
Now he looks like a retired bro.
yeah.
Well, and then we
Yeah.
got Jared Allen, who was a monster, and then
can't
whatever
stand
happened
him.
with that.
Mullet wearing motherfucker on the Minnesota Vikings. And then on the Bears. I know entirely too much about this man because I hate him.
Why do you hate him so?
I just think he's kind of a douche.
Why is he so?
Well, he
douchey?
had a mullet. For a long time, he just had a mullet.
The only reason
What's wrong
I
with
knew,
a mullet?
The only reason I knew him from like
What's
as
not
an
wrong with a
individual. The only reason I knew him as like an individual outside of football was because he was in the second Jackass and he like laid Knoxville out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Well, I hate those movies too. So that makes sense. He seems like the type of person who would be in a Jackass movie.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
More. Okay.
Jackass is some white guy shit. I'll admit it.
It is.
That's fine.
It really is.
I don't like watching people vomit.
That's
so
okay.
I
That's
don't-
fair.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
it's
even
not my
touch it.
favorite part.
I don't think
Like,
it's funny to see white boys consistently get hit in the balls, and that's what they
Oh,
pretty
that's all-
much
yeah, stop. Or
like.
putting things
That's
in their butts.
that's our real world out my balls. Like that Idiocracy.
Something
Have you seen that
involving
one?
farts.
Yeah.
It's just
Have you seen Idiocracy?
bits and pieces of it. When
No,
it's
so
like on
that's a
Comedy
no.
Central.
that's
Okay.
enough. Yeah. That's a good movie.
That's
You
a
need to watch that
great movie.
I've heard
You
good
watch
things about it.
you watch that shit and you're like, oh, no, this is what's gonna happen.
The first
Yeah.
time I watched it, I was like, huh? Second time I was watching it, like, oh. Third time I watched it, I was like, holy shit, this is us. Like,
Yep.
this
Oh,
is,
damn.
you know, like,
Yep.
so with Jackass, I always think, ow, my balls. There's a show called Ow, My Balls in the movie Idiocracy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Trump is really turning into
We
the
are-
president from Idiocracy.
we are right there. We are so
Like, if this
close.
motherfucker thinks we can fix shit with, like, Gatorade and Mountain Dew, then we're popped. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over, man.
Idiocracy is a documentary from a man from the future, the
They
one
time
man that's
traveled.
left who is smart enough to time travel.
All right.
Like the equipment is there, but like nobody knows how to push on. So like he's the smartest one left, and he sent Idiocracy back into
To
the
warn
past
us.
to warn us, and we're just like, what a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah,
Man, smart people need to start having kids, yo.
and making them smart.
Well, I think that's the thing. Is smart people go, no, I've got a bunch of other stuff I want to do and spend my money on
Yeah.
that
And the
aren't
dumb
kids.
people are populating like
Like
rabbits.
crazy, because they don't do anything but fuck.
They really don't.
And the smart people are like, I'm gonna solve cancer.
Yeah,
and
like there's-
stuff, so
Right. Like there's people who are like, you know, I have 3 kids, and there's other people who are like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight AIDS and then go celebrate in Belize.
yeah, I'm gonna make the conscious decision to not
Yeah.
have a child. who
Like
will
I've
be
heard
raised
so many people
with
my
the
age
majority of
already
your
make
stupid
like
children.
a pact. They're like, I'm not going to have kids.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I personally, I was like, hey, if it did happen at some point way late, like if I'm gonna do it way
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, you have that option.
Like I'll be the old man that's got a kid in like 5th grade. That's fine.
And you're like
You can do that.
65.
Yeah, you,
Yeah,
can, you
yeah.
can do that. I can't decide at 65. Like, yeah, now's the time.
I knew my parents had me young when I was talking to my students, and they were like, oh, how old is your mom? I was like, oh, she's 56. They're like, my dad's 61. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
either somebody had somebody way too early or way too late.
Yeah.
That was me in school because there's 11 years between me and my oldest brother. So to my oldest brother, like his friends all thought my parents were really young, and me, like in my friends, all my friends, like they were their parents' first kid.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so like they're
I
like,
feel
your
like-
parents are
yeah.
old as fuck.
I feel like I was like on par when my parents had me as far as like when they had me.
Yeah.
So
How old were they?
I think my dad was like 28. My mom was like 23 or 24.
That's young, but that's okay.
But I mean, back then,
Back
kind of
then,
it's
that's
kind of on par.
I
appropriate.
know back then, and back then wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah,
You mean the
which is-
But
80s?
yeah. Were you born? You were born in the 90s.
That was
weren't you?
91, yeah.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Oh, wait, hold up, though. But there's 2 different generations in the 90s, though.
yeah.
There's like your generation where they had kids in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have the Brenda had a baby generation that was teen pregnancy. So like I bump into both where I'm like, how are you like your mom is younger than me.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you know, like, so I don't know. You see the different mentality too.
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
something to be said for waiting to have kids because you're like settled and know what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
When you're younger, I see a lot of young parents come in and I'm like, ugh, you're still trying to like grow up yourself. Like you can't.
That's a lot of my friends too.
I think that's like
crazy.
growing up and
those are those
seeing-
parents. Yep.
Yeah, like growing up and seeing like people have kids young, and I was like, no.
Yeah, that's
I've got
awful.
stuff I got to do that a baby is going to ruin completely. So
The only thing that sucks about that is by the time their kids are of age, they can actually just go back and do it because they're still young enough.
right.
They can kick their kids out and be like, I'm going to go back to college.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to get my shit together. I'm still fairly young.
Yeah, like I remember the first time when I was a kid learning what like being sterile was. I think I was like, how do I do that?
Putting your crotch by the microwave.
Wait, right? And drinking Mountain Dew. I heard
Mountain
that
Dew
helps.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
You just punch yourself in the junk a bunch.
Yeah,
And
I can
yeah,
help you and
do
assist
that.
with
Okay.
that.
All right, cool.
Doesn't sound
We'll
like a
set
big
that
deal.
up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the first time I was like, well, that sounds kind of nice, actually. I don't know why that's a bad thing, because they made it sound like a bad thing. I mean, I
not
guess
a
if you
bad
want to
idea.
have kids one day, it's bad, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
To each
It was
their
appealing
own.
to me. I was like, why
Some
can't I have
people are
that?
totally meant to be parents.
Oh, yeah,
And
totally.
a lot of people tell me like, you're so nurturing and patient. You should have kids. I'm like, no, no. Like that's all a front, you guys. I really no.
Just because you're good with them doesn't mean
You should have
right.
them.
Like, because right now with my friends' kids, and like, I'm still cool because I don't have kids. So they like can talk to me because I don't have kids. I'm not a lame mom.
Yeah, they all.
The minute you pop a kid out, you're lame. That's
the
how that
minute you
works.
pop a kid out, your life is gone.
Well, yeah.
And I don't mean it
And,
in a mean way.
I've known
your
girls
life
younger
changes,
than me
but
who like straight up want one now, and I was like, why?
no, why
You
would
won.
you wanna do that? Live.
There's no way you're financially ready for something.
You know
like
what?
that.
When I was young, when I was a teenager, I always thought in my head I wanted to be a young mom. And then when I got to that age, I was like, no. Like, I still want to live. I want to go out when I want to go out.
yeah,
Because some people do that, but they're shitty moms.
yeah. I had a crazy experience. I graduated high school from West Aurora High School, but I had went to Waubonsie Valley High School for 3 years, and so I was going there, and I was incredibly like quiet, you know, kind of nerdy, prep type shit, and I went to West Aurora my senior year, and all my friends, I had grown up on the west side of Aurora, and I had just went to high school at, you know, Waubonsie or whatever. So I go back to my old high school, and all my friends are pregnant when I
Oh,
get
God.
back. Like, all of my friends had ended up pregnant from, like, they either had a kid, were about to have a kid, or within 2 years of graduating, were pregnant or having kids.
Wow.
And I was just like, holy shit. Like, and, you know, they're really good parents. I see them trying to be really good parents or trying to be the parents that they wanted or whatever. But I'm just like, your perspective is like, to me, no matter what, 23 is 23. Like, you will have a lot of different experiences that infiltrate that. But your youth at that age is still a very, like, inexperienced viewpoint. No matter what you've been through, at 23, you've only lived 23 years. No matter
Right.
what you've seen, you've only lived 20. So, like, to see that, I'm like, and to see him now, like, oh, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I can't because I got a kid. And it's like, damn, like, way to go, pussy. Like, lesbians, you're amazing. No, but that's a, you know, I enjoy being single. I enjoy not having kids because it's fun, man.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to road trip or do comedy or do
there's been
stuff
so
that I
many
do
people
now.
my age that they have a baby, and I find out, and I have to fight to not out loud say like, oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's if I were to say that'd be a huge dick move, but it's what I think.
You know,
I immediately congratulate.
Oh yeah, me too.
I immediately, because like at the end of the day, it's a cool thing, man. You know, like whether it was planned,
yeah.
whatever, it's a really cool thing.
Right,
So
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, your life's gonna change. It may not, but work out how you wanted it, or you're gonna have to do a different path.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still achievable, and I think it's really a dope thing. I just don't want it.
Yeah.
When
And like
I-
people on the other side see it, like maybe I'm selfish to them. I don't know.
It's
Could
okay to
be.
be selfish.
It's
You're
not
being
selfish.
selfish for the right reasons.
No, it's not selfish at all. You knowing whether or not you want to have kids is not it's not buying a fucking book or a DVD or you know what I'm saying.
you have to mold a small human.
Well, I remember,
a
and
lot of
this
pressure.
summed up my opinions on it perfectly. I think it was like a comic strip by the Oatmeal. Have you ever seen his stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. But it was like this woman who had 3 kids and this other like younger girl, and she was like, "You haven't lived until you've had kids," and like just going on this big rant about it. And as the strip keeps going, the little kids are just screaming and shitting and vomiting, and slowly through every panel, just this sea of shit and vomit keeps rising until they can't talk.
Yeah, that's part of the
anymore.
reason I can't. I can change shitty diapers for whatever reason. I can do it, but I can't do vomit.
No, yeah.
I'm no good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good at comforting.
Yeah.
And I'm good at getting them to talk about things that are like hard for them to usually talk about and stuff like that. And I am nurturing, but when it comes to like the shitting and the sneezing,
The dirty work.
like to see a little kid sneeze, I immediately get disgusted.
Oh, they're gross.
Because it's the
There's no
most-
control in their sneeze, so it's just
and
gonna
it's just
bah.
everywhere. And then they always got the little snotty like fucking nose that just
get the bubbles
it
going.
Drips.
I can't take it. I'm like, that's the shit that I can't take. It's
That's
like you're
that shit I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like. Toddlers sneezing. That's that shit I don't like. 4-year-olds wheezing. That's that shit I don't like.
Yeah, like I'll
you
hang
for
out
that.
with a kid. That's fine. I have younger cousins. I just don't want one for myself that I have to hang out with all
Hey
the
fam.
time.
All right, so I have a cousin who is 5 years younger than me. So he's 27. He has 10 kids.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Well, they're in Mississippi. And once again, what I said about idiocracy. Just
Right,
saying.
right. Good Lord.
Wow.
What are the age range?
Um,
I say, how old was he
2
when they
weeks.
had the first one?
2 weeks.
2, 9?
So he was like 18 when he started?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has like 7 babies?
Ooh.
8 babies?
Whew.
Oh, so
One
they're
set
not
of
even all
twins?
from one
Oh,
place.
good Lord. Good Lord.
Don't make me be racist on black people.
no,
Right? I'm not even going to say it. You know what the fuck I was about to say. You know what I'm thinking.
It wasn't my intention.
Really? AB know what I'm thinking.
I almost said it. I looked at KB and I'm like, really?
Really?
Let her handle this.
I thought
Black
it was
History
all
Month.
about the same. Come on now.
Classic oblivious white
He's-
boy.
Dear
From Joliet. From Thumper City.
We were
bro.
revoking your Thumper City card with that shit.
You graduated from Manuka Community High School.
Yeah.
That's okay. I did too. I got from
Did you
him.
guys go to high school together?
No.
No, we were.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2010.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I was 5 years out. by
You make
then.
me
Yeah.
super. I had students that graduated before that. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
I'm so fucking old.
Yeah, you're.
I
takes a
started
baby.
teaching way too young. No, I started teaching at 22.
Whew.
Yeah,
That is young.
Hey, that's a stable job at 22.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I partied way too hard
I
as
bet.
a teacher.
Yeah.
because for me it was
Well,
like
it
good
was
pay.
still time to party.
Yeah.
It was still time to party.
Yeah.
22.
Don't hire. Hey, you guys, don't hire a teacher at the
Mini
age of
PSA.
Yeah, like this is a mini PS. This isn't the real one. But do not hire a teacher that's like under 26.
Yeah. Yeah. I get behind that. I had some teachers that I'm like, you're not that much older than me.
Right.
And you flirt with all your female students.
I have a friend really quickly because I know we got to wrap up for the first half. Amazing teacher.
Yeah.
He was in Cosmo as like Illinois' bachelor. Like they had
Yeah.
the 50 bachelors or whatever. And he did it. His friend nominated him. And he's like, I'm just going to donate to my aunt's charity. And take my friend who nominated me on a trip. And so it was really sweet, whatever. The thing about this guy is he's really good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's really good looking. He's the biggest nerd dork ever. Nicest dude ever. And what's funny is all the kids, like girls and some of the boys, have a huge crush on him.
I probably would.
And so I'll show you a picture on
Yeah,
break.
he sounds dreamy.
That's the
But-
catch now. Is like the good-looking
Nerds.
nerdy guys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're learning. That's what makes me happy. We've been telling them so long, you go for the nerdy ones. Those are the successful ones. These jock motherfuckers are going to stay this way.
This is it. This is it for them.
And,
Yeah.
And so he was on GMA, and for it, they had to wear these, like, skinny, like, fitted black jeans and boots and shirtless.
Ooh.
And so I was like, oh, I've never seen that. And they're like, yeah, here. And they showed me the picture. And he is, like, ripped or whatever.
Of course he is.
And I was like, I have to make fun of him. And they were like, oh my God, he's so hot. And I'm like, you're creeping me out right now. Like, because I can't see him in that light. 'Cause
Right.
I understand his aesthetic, but
Yeah.
he's the biggest dork ever.
Right.
He's like such a nerd. But
That's what they like.
But
But yeah,
that's
too
the
young.
thing now. Yeah.
Yeah,
too
that is
young.
the thing.
nerds have made a comeback, man. I
right,
wish it would
listen.
transfer to women, but it hasn't
Oh, me
happened
too.
yet.
Me too.
Maybe one day.
Listen, we're going to take a break.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to refill our drinks and go potty. And we're going to be right back with Jake Breunig and KB Marion.
And Aimee Blaze.
That is me.
I didn't get to say a name. That's okay.
95.5.
Oh, with the vibrato. There you go. Go for it.
Give me a minute. Someone give me something. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I'm so glad. That
Oh,
turned into-
wow.
Linda, you're a whore.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Mayonnaise.
Oh, wow. Arugula. Oh, wow.
Linda, you're a whore.
Oh, wow. Like,
Thank you guys.
Oh.
That's wonderful. I like that.
Zombies.
Oh.
are we on right now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All
cool.
right, welcome back to the Happy Corner. That little intro right there was for our guests that just joined us after the first half. Give it up for Cameron Richard.
It's
Cam and
little.
Little.
Oh, you got my little?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Everybody
hey,
gets a 3 months
converted.
grace period.
Hey,
Yes, they
don't
should.
yell at me. Shit.
We go with the artist formerly known as.
Yeah.
That's hard, man. I'm so used to it. And I
Cameron-
had just learned
Cameron
how to say
Little.
your name without saying the S at the end. Don't
Right.
do me.
Yeah,
Right.
well, if people call me Littles, then there's a fucking issue.
That's true.
So,
That's like that Doug Benson
Cameron-
bit about like how they
Cameron
pronounce
Little, yes.
McGriddles with the S no matter what.
McGriddles.
No, I call it a McGriddle. I'm not
Yeah.
crazy.
this shit's nasty.
I ate
I
one
didn't
this
say
morning.
we do it. I'm saying McDonald's does it.
Oh, they call
the
them
same people who
McGriddles.
say I'm going to the Jewels.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate
You
that.
mean Jewel?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cameron Little's here.
Cameron Little is here. Jake Breunig is back with us.
Yep.
It's KB Marion.
Aimee Blaze.
This is the Happy Corner. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is Super Bowl weekend that we're chilling out.
Yeah.
Superb hour.
Are you guys sports fans?
Yes.
Casually. Yeah.
I know Cam is. Cam keeps up with like every single.
I try my best. I'm a huge basketball fan, so this year has been super fucking exciting to watch, like, Golden State and San Antonio embarrass the rest of the league.
Pretty much.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Golden State is amazing. Like,
It's terrifying how good they are. They're like, you're playing NBA 2K on easy good.
yeah,
Like, they're blowing people out of the water, and you don't even have to try anymore.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty amazing. What's interesting is for the Super Bowl, I had one friend. He was like, "Man, when are they gonna get a good band in there? Like, why are they having Coldplay and Beyonce?" I was like, "Because there's women watching Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the reason they picked their Super Bowl halftime show based on like
I think Coldplay is going to be good.
we got to throw something out
Not
to
gonna
women."
I mean, until I saw Prince do the halftime show, I was of, like, the idea that every year should just be AC/DC doing the same
Prince was
show.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, Prince was awesome, and he snuck in as many phallic symbols as he possibly could.
I thought the most G shit ever was Prince's halftime show. He comes out, it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out, and he's so meticulous that this motherfucker didn't take off his do-rag. Like, I remember I was like, that is really hood as fuck. And Prince, this is the
Prince is
Super
just,
Bowl.
like,
Yeah.
fucking prim, perfect all the time.
Yeah,
I love
like,
him.
and it's like something about him, like, no matter how crazy or odd you think he is, you're like, I can't really fuck with him. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, it's
the
Prince.
the dude is legit in every facet of his career.
Yeah,
He's just on point.
I was
all the time.
I was reading through Rolling Stone, and there's this like 100 greatest guitarists list or whatever. And Steve Vai was like, you know what? I wanted to hate on dude. He's like, but any dude that can play guitar like that and dance like James Brown is fucking amazing.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
can't. He's like,
Yeah.
I can't hate on somebody who's that fucking talented. He's like, it's
Oh, yeah.
disgusting.
He can play pretty much anything he wants, but he just writes solid fucking song after song for decades and does it mostly on his own. So it's asinine.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this year we got Coldplay, featuring Bruno Mars and Beyonce.
Whatever.
I like Bruno.
He did last year too. So
Was it just last year?
I think it was last year.
I don't know.
Probably right.
I don't really remember last year.
I know
I don't
Mark
either.
Cuban had a dope ass party though, a
Oh, of
Super Bowl
course, 'cause
party.
Mark Cuban's.
It was
crazy.
amazing. Like his lineup is better than like watching the Super Bowl
Yeah.
that he had for his Super Bowl party. Like it was
Yeah.
like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Snoop Dogg. He had a lot of good people on the lineup, and I was just like, damn, dude, like that's insane.
I just do Super Bowl for the food.
Wasn't
Oh,
last,
the
year,
Super Bowl
last
food
year
was so
Left
good.
Shark and Katy Perry?
Oh, it was. Previous year was Bruno Mars before
Yeah.
Katy Perry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just waited for Missy Elliott for the Katy
That,
Perry.
was
that was
awesome.
pretty cool.
That was
I liked
awesome.
that.
I don't know. The Gaslight Anthem's never going to play the Super Bowl, so I don't really have a voice here.
Yeah. I'm not going to see Animals as leaders come out and just tear it up.
You know you can like more than one genre of music, Jake.
I do. I
He
just
will when
have
he's
a go-to.
older. What else do you like, Jake?
I like punk rock. I like skate punk.
Anything outside the genre of punk.
Yes.
Do you like real punk though? Do you
Yeah.
like true punk?
Yeah.
Like before it got turned into the bullshit that it is now?
Yeah.
No, I've heard the Ramones.
Not the Ramones.
Yeah. The Queers, the Germs, whole thing.
Before that shit. Before Americans got a hold of it.
There wasn't a before that.
Do you want to heavily sigh, Asia?
Please do, Ahu, because the Germs were not the end all be all of like punk. Like they were.
There wasn't much before that. I mean, the Clash was.
What? Don't make me blow a damn gasket. I feel
You
like
are
a
on
white
her
nerd.
show.
In the span of
talking about
every
film.
music ever.
Punk has a very, very long history, and the Germs are like this big in that history, like very minuscule, like ant size in that.
Well,
history.
what do you mean in that context then, as far as like the old stuff before?
Like MC5,
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, MC5.
like shit like that. So punk is not like
The-
punk is the mentality, not
The proto-punk sound.
Yeah.
Of, like, the craziness that The Who would do.
Yeah,
MC5, New York Dolls.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like
Okay, now I get what you mean.
like
Yeah.
the full punk spectrum, not American fast 3-chord bullshit.
All right, I got you. I see what you're going with now.
So do you listen to that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
Mhm.
All right, I just had to check.
It's all fun.
I gotta
make
check your
sure.
G
Okay, all right.
in regards to punk music.
No, but I also I've been playing.
It doesn't even match. That's the total whatever.
I've been playing saxophone for going on 16 years now, so I came up with a lot of like jazz and funk and blues stuff, just playing
Yeah.
it in jazz band at school. So I got that going on. I'm starting to delve into hip hop. I've been
That's really
getting more
cute
and
how
more.
you said that. I'm delving into hip hop.
You don't delve into
Cameron,
hip-hop.
last segment, he said, I know some African American people. KB's like, black people? Yeah.
You've been hanging around them PC punks way too much.
Really, dude.
Christ.
My favorite African American band is Bad Brains. I like the Africa Bambata.
If you guys haven't checked out Unlocking the Truth, check out Unlocking the Truth.
Dude, they're fucking awesome. Those kids are the shit. I saw them on WKMO Bell's show.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, you just went around with them and talked to them about metal, and he's just like, you guys are way cooler than I am. We're like, yeah, we probably are.
Those little kids are cool, but yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I just had to give you shit.
But no, I like jazz, blues, funk. I like a lot of like folk, like there's this like kind of like outlaw folk Americana thing going on right now. I listen to a lot of that, like Chuck Reagan, Dave House, people like that. Kind of country-ish, I guess, alternative country. Like I can't do like pop radio country. That I can't do that.
It's practically just modern pop rock and roll with a twang in the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slide
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, here, put on cowboy boots and a belt and talk about a gravel road.
I
Right,
like
yeah.
that. I like that Natalie Maines is still giving middle fingers to people. Like,
Like, there are some country artists now that like are just, hey, fuck you. I'm an asshole. Literally grew up on a farm. Literally just drove through asshole shit neighborhoods, and all we're about is shooting guns, drinking beer, and fucking shit up. And we probably all have been to jail. We have tattoos we got from pens. So
yeah, that's the outlaw country. A majority of country is very Nashville pop influenced, like bullshit.
It's
like
heavily marketable to Midwestern white people.
Yeah.
The short time I did spend in Nashville, I definitely saw that was the case in like full force.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's and then you do have that outlaw country, which I'm like is dope, but sometimes it gets a little too outlaw for me.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know
Oh,
what side of
I
the
saw
Confederacy
one guy,
you would fight with. Like,
Was it through NPR's Tiny Desk concert? It was a Sturgill Simpson. That dude was pretty good. Like, he's got some really crazy songs about like dropping acid out in the middle of nowhere and just like fucking shit up. So he's like real
Yeah.
crazy hippie outlaw country
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm trying to remember the last Tiny Desk concert I watched. I think it was Lyle Lovett.
There's some pretty awesome new ones. I just saw one with this band that won like one of their competitions to get on there called the Wild Reeds.
Wow.
They're awesome. They're like a really cool mix of like the indie garage rock style country with some good like folky mix in, and they're the three chicks that sing in that band have some amazing voices. Like
I like
ridiculous.
I like Yellow Wolf. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys heard his new album, but
I've not heard.
he's like a hip hop artist. He signed to Eminem's record label, but like there's more country, like real old school outlaw country on his hip hop album.
Yeah.
There is in regular country.
Yeah.
I'm like legitimately, this is like what country music late 60s, 70s, early 80s was before,
Yeah, like there was a popularization of that from the 60s into the 70s, carrying out from the separation of it from rock and roll into like the normal country. So you had guys like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash continuing their careers, but like once the 80s hit, it just became, if you're not like
Dolly
fucking Garth
Parton.
Brooks or Dolly Parton
Yeah.
or some shit.
And what's crazy is like Dolly Parton, her shit now is pretty dope. Like 'cause
Yeah.
it's all like
She's super fucking talented
yeah,
too.
she's
Like,
straight Appalachian.
She seems like the coolest lady ever.
oh yeah, you
country
could probably
shit,
go out
yeah.
to a range and shoot some guns with her and have some whiskey and have a fucking
And motorboat
great
her
grand old
titties.
time.
You guys were
will
saying this the
outlive
whole
her.
time, and I'm like, why haven't you mentioned titties yet? 'Cause that's what I'm about.
Like they're gonna put when she dies.
That's
they're
what
gonna put,
immediately I jumped to. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna motorboat her titties.
Like, when she dies-
It'll probably
Her
hurt.
titties would motorboat you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Like I think when she dies, they're gonna put her tits like on display in the Grand Ole Opry. I think that's what's gonna go down there.
They look great. Good for you,
Yeah.
Dolly.
But no, as far as music, I've actually been learning a lot more just being friends with Cameron for the past year. One of the first I would call like milestones of our friendship was that he made me what he called a stoner metal starter kit. That was a fun time. That was good stuff.
I want to ask. So, are you guys fans of Coldplay?
no.
Now,
Really? Why?
I've heard some stuff by them that like I can listen to. I'm not saying all their stuff is bad. It's just
Yeah.
like they are talented musicians. They
Yeah.
they make and sell records. They
Yeah.
sell out shows. So I can't
just
take
not
that
your
away
taste.
from me. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
not
their one
Not your
song.
cup of tea.
How was it? Sparks.
Off
That
the
one's-
first album.
Yeah, that one. I like that one.
That album is amazing. I
Yeah,
love
like
that
I've heard
album.
some stuff off that. Like I could really dig into it, but I could see like over time, like it just wasn't something for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if someone puts it on, I'm not gonna throw a fit about it. But
Now,
yeah.
I have to say, I haven't liked any of the albums since the second album. But this album, that first single, I'm like, damn you. Because it reminds me of Daft Punk. Me and my friend Nelly were talking about it. We are like, this sounds like a Daft Punk tune. Like the guitar lick and the sounds. And it was
may
very,
or may not have featured them as producers, like because they produce a bunch of shit for people.
That's true.
That's true.
They have touched on every album. They're like the French Pharrell. They're just dipping their hands into everything that they possibly can.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: if it had been a Daft Punk song, would you have liked it?
I like it regardless. I don't have a
I like
problem
it
with
too.
Coldplay. Like,
because I
I
had a
that
thing a
song.
few years back. It was that
like I can like I'm one of those people like if I like when artists do different shit. So I'm not one of those people when I buy an album I don't expect you to do what you did on the last album.
Yeah.
Like I get pissy when you do that because I'm like that's boring. Like you should be evolving to something. And so like their first two albums like wow that was a good evolution. The next few I was like nah I'm not interested in this. I was like ooh I like Daft Punk. I like the sound that they're going with and I like that there's still that there's an essence of their second album in what
Yeah.
they're doing now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I'm just one of those people that's like, I like a band because of their artistry, and I will follow you even if you have a bad album. I will give you the luxury of a bad album. Like I'll be
Yeah.
like, nah, I still
Yeah.
get the
I
next
had
album.
that with
like,
Mars Volta. Like
Yes,
they came out with
exactly.
Goliath.
Yeah.
That blew my fucking mind. That was one of my favorite things I'd ever heard. And then Octahedron wasn't exactly my favorite thing, but you could tell they're like we're trying to do something
Something
new.
different,
We're
yeah.
not trying to make the last album. We're
Yeah.
not trying to make. Like, half of that stuff was written a year and a half, 2 years before they even recorded it as a
Right,
band.
yeah.
So they were already, like, artistically past that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they record it and they're like, all right, we're on to the next thing already. So we have to tour and do this, but we don't want to. So they would sneak in the new stuff.
Yeah.
And then they released Nocturnicate and I was like, this
This is amazing
fucking
album.
awesome.
Yeah.
This
See,
is
my-
absolutely awesome.
Two for two now. We've had Cameron on, and we talk about music.
You see, my
It's
problem.
because we
Shit.
click musically.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
really
We
weird.
understand.
Yeah.
I know, I get it.
I mean,
get
it's close to the 1 year anniversary of the Music Box, and we're almost at 400 people in that.
I finally
Ooh.
posted there. Finally, I posted some FK Twigs.
Yeah.
You listen to
I love
FK
her.
Twigs?
No.
She is
She's
awesome.
fucking amazing. If you don't, oh man, like if Trent Reznor and Aaliyah had a baby,
That is
Wow.
a very good. I like that. That is a
Dang.
very good way to explain it.
FK Twigs is that baby.
Didn't Aaliyah
Yeah.
love?
If you like her, have you heard Mars Leone?
Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
fucking love
Yeah,
her.
she's
She's got
amazing.
this sultry, deep voice and just like these kind of dark electronic beats behind her.
Andra Day, if you like Amy Winehouse style type,
Yes.
old
And I
bet,
do.
Andra Day is amazing. Yeah,
Well, my problem is that I am so bad at keeping up with new bands.
yeah.
It's because like one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life is I got sent down to South by Southwest.
That's
And
amazing.
when-
I would love to go.
It's
to South by
fucking awesome. I
Southwest.
recommend it.
Next
But
year,
you know
maybe.
they put out the lineup of all the bands, and everyone I was going with were like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here. Jake, what about you? I was like, I know like 4 of these bands.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the thing. Like, if you don't know those bands, you could just go anywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're
And
gonna
that's what
find
ended up
something
happening.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was a weird experience. We were there for like 4 days, but I kind of had everything I needed to have happen to me in a span of like 2 hours on the second day.
Oh, wow.
So the last 2 days, I was just wandering around Austin doing whatever the fuck I wanted.
I mean, yeah, Austin is fucking awesome.
it is one of the
I
coolest
want to
towns.
be there so
It
bad.
doesn't
It's-
belong in Texas.
No, it's hipster central. I
Yeah,
hear.
it's like a piece of California broke off and just made its way into central
Really?
Texas. Yeah. And for a while, I don't know if it's that anymore. Well, it's
So if we
been-
got rid of Texas, we would just scrape out Austin and make sure we preserve that
Yeah.
area.
yeah.
Like a
I mean, San Antonio was kind of cool too. I've been there.
Yes, save the Mavericks and the Spurs, and then Austin.
Yeah.
Everything else
so
will go away.
the 3 major cities besides Houston. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Mental
Yes,
note. Note
yes.
it down.
But no, it's a very cool experience. Like I casually walked up to like a craft services table, and Lady Gaga stood next to me, and I watched her eat carrots.
Wow.
Yeah.
She ate carrots.
Yeah.
Next to you.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you. I'd pay money to watch her eat carrots.
Wow.
Would they?
Like, if they
would you
sold
want
tickets-
carrot sticks or like baby carrots
Any
or like?
type of carrot.
They were
I
the-
just watch it.
they were
Not
actually-
even for a sexual thing. Just be like, that's awesome. You're great. You eat carrots. I eat carrots. We're like people now. we do
Wow.
this together.
I didn't
Like,
know
I
you
did
had such
actually have
love
a
for
conversation
the
with-
It's
Gaga.
weird. I'm just enthralled by her existence. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard fan. I just find her just fascinating.
Yeah, and she gave the keynote before that and had a lot of really cool shit to say.
Yeah.
But
She's very talented.
Yes.
My-
she's great.
my big starstruck moment that I had down there was in that 2 hours. This was like the cap of it. So I had a really good day, and I was just wandering down 6th Street, which is where all of the music venues are. So it's just a giant street festival. Every venue has someone playing. And I bump into this woman, and I'm looking down and not paying attention. Oh, excuse me. And she sees my badge. I was like, oh, you're from Chicago. I just moved there. What neighborhood do you live in? And started asking me. And it was still like a couple minutes before I looked up at who it was. I looked up. Lo and behold, I am talking to Laura Jane Grace from Against Me.
Holy
and I
shit.
about shit my pants. Because I love that band so much.
do
I've loved
too.
them
Yeah.
for so long.
They're very
I
good.
was
She's
so
such a
excited for
badass.
her when she came out with the Rolling Stone thing. And I just got started. She's like, oh, you know who I am? It's like, yeah. And she still talked to me for another like 10 minutes. And then afterwards, she's like, well, I got to go. But hey, I live in Logan Square. If you ever see me, don't be a stranger. And then the culmination of every good thing that happened to me that day hit me at once. And I went into an alley and cried behind a dumpster.
That's like poignant,
that's a
sweet, and
happy cry.
hipster.
That is so adorable.
That is the most adorable
Yeah.
hipster moment ever. Like I'm in Austin, Texas, with my skinny jeans.
I can just see him like throwing
my
a fist.
coiffed hair.
Freeze frames.
Yeah.
No, the
Judd
freeze
Nelson
frame
freeze.
is like you in the corner crying, just with
Bending
one
down
tear.
as far as
Just
you
hanging
can.
out.
single white
single
tear.
tear.
Just having an episode behind a dumpster and then, don't you
Forget about me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He wants to crouch down, but he only gets halfway.
Right.
But no, it was
Hands
it was a
are
fun time. I got to see a whole bunch of stuff. I got to see Doug Benson do a podcast
Oh,
live.
he's
Saw
awesome.
Who Charted with Howard Kramer.
Big fan of Doug
Super good
Benson.
stuff.
Hey, you know what? You know what's a good city to just wander around and listen to music? New Orleans.
I
I
wanted.
bet.
I'd see. Have not been anywhere fun.
I haven't
I don't
either.
go anywhere.
All right,
fun.
so you guys need to go down to New Orleans, go to Frenchman Street, and you can, for free, walk into any bar and listen to any band and just enjoy like these amazing musicians who rock it every single night, legitimately, like amazing musicians. And you could walk from one club and it's like trip hop, to the next club is like R&B, to the next club is like country, to the next club is like rock, to the next club is like metal.
Oh, that'd be
And
And
it's like,
I've been looking a lot more into New Orleans music because when I was living in the city, I worked
and the
at
street
Lincoln
musicians
Hall.
are amazing too.
Oh,
When I
love
was
street
working at Lincoln
musicians.
Hall, the last show I worked was Trombone Shorty.
Oh, he's amazing, dude.
He blew the fucking roof off that place.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I've been obsessed with him ever since. And just like looking into New Orleans, and the Foo Fighters did that HBO documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the New Orleans episode was my favorite one. There was so much cool stuff.
New Orleans
They were talking to like Dr. John, the Neville brothers.
is amazing because like they're one of the few like American cities that hold on to their history, like truly hold on to their cultural history. Like I saw like a second line, a group, that's what they call like the musicians who, you know, like they'll follow a procession in a parade or whatever. And they were all like these like little black kids, and they were like 11, 12, 13. And just to make like extra money, and they're out there killing it, like making beats that if rappers were smart, they would just go down there and listen to it and freestyle off of it and be like, I need to get these kids in the studio or something.
Yeah.
Like they were so fucking good. And I'm like, that's so cool that like you hold on to that, like they're so keen on
Yeah.
holding on to their history, and their music's so fucking good, and they have like the artistry down there is so celebrated visually, like we have the museum and all that type of stuff, but like local artists are visual, and I think that's dope. Like if you ever go down to New Orleans, just check out Absorb. That's a cool ass city. Like probably like I wish I could live there. That's how amazing it is. Yeah.
Listen, while we're on the subject of music,
Yeah.
I would like to ask our guests.
You got to do it. It's that time.
It's that time because we still have to get your PSA in.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you've been listening since Joe DeGant in honor of him, now we do, what is your favorite TV jingle? And normally it would just be like what show had your favorite jingle. But last week or 2 weeks ago, we had Dave Sartoris.
Sartoris, and he chose Eagle Man.
He chose like local
commercials,
Chicago jingles.
Okay.
Or you can choose a song that, like, as soon as you hear it, it takes you back to a particular
Yeah. What is your
memory or
favorite
thought or
jingle?
whatever.
In general, jingle.
Okay, here's my thing, and it's fairly local. Not the jingle from the Empire commercials,
Uh-huh.
That
but
made
the
it.
guy. The guy. I just, every time when I was a little kid and I heard him talk about carpets, I was like, I feel like I can trust you.
Yeah, I loved that guy. I did. The Empire
I didn't really
guy.
care about the jingle. It was just hearing him talk about carpet. I was like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I would have to say the Double Mint song
Ooh, yeah.
because I
okay.
know it.
Give it to me.
Double your pleasure, double
Double
your
your
fun.
fun.
That's the statement of the great mint of Double Mint gum. Double your sentiment, your pleasurement. Double your moments of fun. Double your delightment with the right mint. For refreshment, it's the only one.
That's the
He
original
knows
rapper.
The long version.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's the original.
Yeah.
Listen to that wordplay on that.
That's
Rewind
beautiful.
that.
is.
Rewind.
That's somebody making slant rhymes with exact rhymes. That's whoever wrote that. That's proto
It's
rap.
beautiful.
Right
Yeah, it is.
I like
it. It was
that.
probably Eminem.
there. He traveled back in time like, yo, listen to this.
He was
That's
6.
awesome.
He wrote it.
Like Ice-T saw that commercial. He's like, death not bad.
Yeah. Not bad.
bad at
I
all.
mean, even though yours wasn't really a jingle, it was just the guy.
Yeah.
My
Fail
favorite jingle
on-
is
That's your
a
favorite
person.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Thanks,
but-
Jake.
Sartoris gets away with Eagle Man.
No, he did the whole.
The I've got
He did. Yeah.
Look at those low rates.
Yeah.
My favorite was when they followed it up with Eagle Woman, and the lady's like, "It must be Eagle Woman."
Yeah, because too many people questioned why that guy was laying an
Laying
egg.
egg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that screwed me up as a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Mom, he's a man. He's laying
Having a
eggs.
baby.
That's not right."
Yeah. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, yeah, okay. A giant eagle is on top of that
Or
car
the
because you don't
Victory
have
Auto
car
Wreckers
insurance.
commercial.
dude,
That
I
dude
love
with
that.
The
The
tight
door-
shirt and pants, the
Yeah,
door
door-
falls off.
Yes.
It's like
door
the
just
metal
falls
leather
out.
bracelet.
I
It's like,
just talked about that because they finally replaced it, and I said they must have replaced it because that guy finally died.
Dude,
that commercial is so
love
fucking old.
That commercial, because dude, it looked like they were just creeping on some dude that had bad luck with his car.
Right.
Like,
It's like, like this
got a shit
motherfucker's
ton of
door is
money
gonna fall
for
off
it.
in at least 10 minutes. We are taping this and saving it for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Took that
swear
door
to
off. He's
God.
like, that's it. We're done.
It's-
Victory Auto Wreckers.
If we're talking about local commercials, have you guys ever seen the old Scottie Pippen Mr. Sub commercials?
Mr. Sub.
no.
Yeah, because I posted a picture yesterday basically insinuating that Mr. Sub will be the death of me one day.
Yes.
And Jim Flanagan sent me that commercial over YouTube. It's the worst, but it's hilarious.
Well, it's Scottie Pippen, so
Wow. Yeah, I gotta.
he always
gotta-
got crumbs. and
Yeah.
shit. That's how they treated him.
Say, who's
The
wearing-
best defensive player had some of the nastiest dunks during that time.
Oh,
was
dude.
Scottie Pippen. Don't sleep on Scottie
That
Pippen.
fast break
and we're
dunk
about
against
to
the
run
Knicks.
over a little bit,
Yeah,
Timmy,
it's
so
fine,
it's
whatever.
okay.
I mean, who's wearing the
This
new
is
Pippins?
important.
Hey man, fuck that. Pippen was a beast.
Oh, no, yeah.
Destroyed. Even when he left Chicago and went to Houston, he was still putting up
Yeah.
great numbers with when Barkley blew up into a balloon.
Little chunkster Barkley over there.
Yeah.
KB, I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh, for
I
my
wanna know,
PSA.
I want to know your PSA.
This is KB's PSA of the week, you guys. My PSA of the week is why do something if you're going to suck at it? Okay? Like, you know that saying of like, a little effort goes a long way. Fuck you. No, a lot of effort goes a very long way. A little effort gets you fucking nothing. Dude, I'm so tired of like half-ass work and half-ass people. Like, get your fucking shit together. If you ever wonder why you're not anywhere, it's because you suck. Like, acknowledge that you suck and get fucking better. Stop sucking and expect. That's insanity. Insanity is making the same mistake and expecting different results. Stop doing the same shit. Stop sucking, and then shit'll get better. Like, you guys can jump in if you would like to and add
Did you
to
just
this.
recently go to a really bad open mic? Because this is what's sparking it. Like, you supposed to be like, you fucking suck! Just
Oh, yeah.
do something
She's got names. She's got names. I know she does.
My whole thing is like, acknowledge it. I acknowledge when I suck. I know
yeah.
when I suck.
I just ate shit
I
on
hate
Friday.
when people come up to you afterwards and like, good set.
No,
Fuck
No,
you.
I knew it wasn't a
No,
good set.
it wasn't
I
a
was
good
happy that I
set.
got out there and I did my best, and it still sucked for me, but I don't care
Yeah.
because it's a learning experience. To come back the
Right.
next night and do as best as I can.
Exactly. You take that sucking and you don't make excuses for your sucking. You don't say it was lighting. You don't say it was the audience. Like, sometimes you may bump into that. But you know what else it is? Maybe is it that you just suck. Like,
Yeah.
if you find yourself finding excuses every fucking time that you do something and fail, it's you. You're the common denominator of that failure every single fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, stop the madness. Like, I'm so tired of people, like, getting into this point. Like, here's the reason why I say this. Because I feel like sometimes we're too quick to be congratulatory. We're too quick to be like, oh, that's... Oh, well, you tried. Fuck you and trying. What does that even fucking mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know...
I'd rather have somebody come up to me, like, if I did something and it was awful, go, hey, you know, that was pretty rough, instead of going, oh, no, that was good, that was great.
What
No,
do you-
I know it was bad, you know it was bad. Don't
Yeah.
congratulate me.
In
Right.
terms of
It
like
sucks.
comedy, my go-to thing when that happens, like it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and learn from it happening.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's the biggest part is, like, realize, like, I had to realize, like, there was times I was like, dude, they don't get my fucking material because they're stupid and da-da-da. I was like, and then I realized now, I'm like, no, it's the way I performed that material that
Yeah.
they weren't getting it.
Yeah.
It wasn't them, it was
Yeah.
me. And so, like, you have to get to a point of just saying, here's where I suck. But don't, like, try to sugarcoat and, like, you know, baby yourself into believing that you did really well. And this is just not comedy. This is just
Everything.
life
This
in
is
general.
life.
Don't do anything half-assed and don't do it to suck. And here's the reason why I say that. Like, people, like, look down at people who work at, like, burger places and bullshit like that, and they look down on them. You can't look down on those people that are out there hustling. And here's what I mean by doing whatever you do it to the best of your ability. I had a student, really polite, really nice kid. His father's really sick, so he works a lot to help support the family, right? He was working at McDonald's or whatever, okay? And, like, I told him, like, whenever you're overworked and you need time to turn something in late, just let me know, and it's cool. Like, I get it. I get what you're going through. And he worked the drive-thru at McDonald's. And he was talking or whatever, and he's so incredibly polite, really gracious, really good at it. And the dude pulled through, and he's like, how old are you? He's like, oh, I just turned 18. And he was like, you want to make some real money? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, I own this restaurant up here. He's like, you would make an amazing server, and I can make sure that you make this. I can double what you're doing right now.
Wow.
And he left
That's
his
awesome.
job, and then that's what the fuck you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
You go above and beyond, and then you're rewarded for that.
Yeah.
Like, and he's so much happier at his job, and they're really supportive and helpful of his family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like, what I'm saying is, like, don't do shit half-assed. Like, why continue doing something and sucking? Like, I don't care. Like, it's a different type of suck. Like, if you go up there and, like, man, I'm going to challenge this skill or this thought or this idea and see what happens. And then afterwards, I'm going to assess it and be like, this is what I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But to go up there and think, like, oh, it's everybody else's fault but mine.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's just in life general. Don't suck. Okay? Don't just suck.
That's
suck.
the greatest PSA ever. Don't suck. Just don't.
Quit sucking, okay?
Quit sucking. Suck when you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Suck when you're supposed to, and it better
like
be
that.
some type of genitalia involved.
I would hope so.
Really hope.
What a world we would live in.
Yeah.
That were the case.
So that was KB's PSA.
I like KB's
like that.
KFC.
All right.
Yeah,
That was
that's
positive.
good.
Yeah. So do you guys have anything coming up?
Need a
Any
cigarette
shows?
after that.
Saturday we have the Drunken Donut Showcase that
Yeah.
Amy will be on.
Yeah.
Myself. We have Aaron Vogel, Brad Rickert coming down. Blake Burkhardt as well. Alex Stein will be on that one too. Dave Sitko as well
Yeah,
will be on
got
that.
a
It's going
good
to be
lineup
awesome.
going.
I'm super excited. That's Saturday, 8 o'clock. No cover.
Yeah.
Woo!
Joe DeGan
Donuts.
hosting that?
Joe DeGan is hosting the fuck out of that.
Joe
I'm excited.
DeGan, man.
Most lovable
Joe
man in the
DeGan,
scene.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
I just have a couple of house shows coming up, but I do want to plug Still Not Friday.
Yes.
You
Every
can't plug
Thursday
that on
night at
here.
Aurora.
You cannot
Just
plug
did
that on
it.
here.
Fucking awesome. Fucking
Cannot.
Cameron was
awesome.
just on. It was a great time.
No. Hi, Matt Drufke.
So I got that, and then my own podcast, Where'd My Mind Go? I actually just switched up. I'm gonna do 3 Sundays and then a week off instead of every other Sunday. Got some cool guests. This next one coming up is actor producer Raj Bond.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Love
have
Raj. Good
I'm gonna have
man.
you guys in there. I'm gonna have Tim Nemec. I'm gonna have singer songwriter Lev, and a couple of wild card episodes coming up.
Ooh.
It's gonna
I
be
wonder who
It's-
what set of brothers could be kicking some cool things
It's
out
gonna
there.
be. It's gonna be something.
It's a thing that's
Yeah.
happening.
Good.
That's a fact.
What happened is I've extended it to putting on small business owners. I feel like they're in a similar ballpark as creative types. Let them talk about their struggles, and we're gonna see where it goes.
Good.
So yeah,
Exciting.
oh yeah. So that's what I got going on.
What do you got going on?
I got a show in Michigan somewhere this weekend.
Ooh, to all our Michigan listeners
Yeah.
out there.
I'm out in Michigan. I can't stand the university. I really can't. I really hate. Oh my God! Don't get me started on college sports. No, but I got a show in Michigan, February 27th. I'm at the Madison Street Theater
Ooh, sounds
out in
fancy.
Oak Park. Ben Hamilton is recording his album that night, so I'm featuring for that.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I got some other shit, but I can't remember right now. And so yeah,
That
I
actually
always
just
guess it.
jogged my memory because February 27th at the Crowd Around Me in Shorewood, I have the
Wow.
first Shots and Giggles comedy production.
Really?
That'll be there. It's myself, Alec Jones, Susie Zadankowicz, Dave Sartoris, and Brian Doby.
Nice.
and
That'll be
speaking of Dave Sartoris, February 18th, I am at the store.
Nice.
That's the one that I want.
Love
to,
that
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Love
That's
that
a dope
show.
spot. If it's the second or third
I
Thursday,
think it's the third Thursday.
third Thursday
I feel like
of the
you-
month, check out the store. They have a dope setup, dope room, dope audience that come through.
You guys
check it
done
out.
jogging each other's memories?
Oh, you know what? I have a
It's
show
a
this.
dope
I actually have a
show.
show this weekend. I'm
Here we
doing.
go.
I'm doing Head Up here in Kankakee with Nick Foscaris and various others.
Nick Foscaris.
Miranda McCarthy. A couple other ones. This guy hosted by John Griffin. Be a good time if you're in the Kankakee
Hey, man.
area.
Hey, man. Oh,
man.
wow.
Linda, you're a whore.
That's the best thing to ever happen.
Oh, wow.
I want you to know we've been doing that for like a week now.
Yeah, and we've been waiting for you to.
I literally just last week had a person in a parking lot when I was leaving a store. They were going into work at their job at Jimmy John's, scream mayonnaise at me.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
better that it's that, and not nice coat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better than any of the other things I've
Yeah.
said on stage.
That's
but
awesome.
still, that's weird for anybody else around me. There's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Well, he works at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, well,
mayonnaise would
Use
stick out to
mayonnaise.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, this place
Yeah.
reeks of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Cameron already promoted the show I'm going to be on.
Uh,
That's
Promo
what I
it
got
again.
going.
Twitter.
Drunken Donut. Go to that next Saturday.
Yeah.
Joe DeGan's hosting. I don't know if you've heard.
Joey D.
Joey D. Yep.
Oh, and I'm gonna shout this out purely because I feel like it. The Whip Theater this Saturday, upcoming Saturday for Valentine's Day, they have Corey Smith.
Oh,
That's the best flyer ever.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my back.
yeah.
yeah,
That's happening.
Beautiful.
Shout out to Jess and Tim and Tony all over at the Whip Theater. You guys are amazing.
They're awesome.
Oh, I
Keep
just did
doing
that
your-
last night.
yeah, they're-
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're amazing. If
awesome.
you haven't been, I don't care if this is only fucking 40 people watching this or whatever or listening, but if you live in the Chicagoland area, go to the Whip Theater in Edison Park. and you go there and you enjoy some amazing, amazing comedy.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
they're amazing people.
Yes, do
So
that.
make sure you do that.
Do it.
Yes.
I want to
Yes,
thank
let's
Cameron
hear.
Little for
Cameron Little, thank you for
Stopping
coming out.
in.
Stopping by.
Jake
Joliet,
Breunig.
Jake Breunig.
Yeah.
I thought I lost that moniker.
Nope.
Our,
All
our
right,
audience
cool.
member Nick Foscaris for being here.
Yay.
Our
Give it
guy
up.
behind the camera,
Our
my
associate
brother,
producer,
Timmy
Blaze.
Also,
Just Blaze.
also Sterling Condre for providing equipment and editing this so it can get on.
And
That's
looking
pretty
hot in
fucking
the
awesome.
Scully.
Always on a Scully just for you. He did it for you. He did. As soon as you got here, he went in the closet and was like, "Gotta get my Scully."
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
Really?
Yes.
That's
I
beautiful.
told him.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. He's waiting by the door. He wants to come out. So we know.
okay. Let's wrap this up. I'm KB Marion.
Aimee Blaze.
Thank you so much for watching The Happy Corner. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Later.